Hello, my friends. This is Bobby D coming to you live from the Lambon, Cebu, Philippines. I'm having an awesome time in the Philippines today. Hope you are as well, wherever you're from. Hey, today I want to talk to you about how to maintain a long distance relationship with your Filipino. In the Philippines, how to maintain a long distance relationship with your Filipino in the Philippines. Yeah. Oh man, it's what a joy. It's such a joy to come back to you again, my friends. And today I want to say for those of you that are here for the first time, if you would please click on that subscribe button and the bell notification icon so you continue to see fresh, new Philippine videos, motivational videos, and worldwide videos. Now, when you talk about the Philippines, you understand, this is a country where romance abounds. I mean, you got foreigners that come from all over the world just to meet and greet the coveted Filipina. Yeah! Filipinas are in high demand, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, Filipinas are in high demand. And as such, foreigners have a tendency to get strung out and hooked up, and they get a love Jones on them. You know, they want to be with them, they want to talk to them, and they want to engage in a relationship, whether it be local in the Philippines or long distance, or whatever from whatever country they're from. Long distance relationships here in the Philippines are abundant. And so today, we're going to take a look at some things, just a few items that would assist you, for those of you out there that are engaging in a long distance relationship. So I'm going to tell you some things, man. When you engage in a long distance relationship, whether it's with a Filipina, Italian woman, Russian, it doesn't matter. It's very difficult. Now, you say, well, how do you know about it? Because I've done it. Yeah, I've done it. Lisa D and I had a LDR, long distance relationship, for 5 long years. Huh? Yeah, five long years. And it was very challenging at first. But what really kept us going, what really kept us together was our bond, strong love bond. We got stronger and stronger and stronger as we went. Did we have some pitfalls? Yeah. There was one time we had a breakup. Yeah, listen, D and I, one time during our relationship, we had a breakup for 3 months. And I don't, I think it was something she said, or she wasn't getting enough. I wasn't behaving properly to her. I was sort of mean. She didn't like some things I was saying. And I said, well, I said the same thing about her. And we just said, let's call it quits. But 3 months later, we got right back together because she missed me so much. Yeah, and I missed her as much. But once we had that little tiny breakup, guess what, guys? There was never any more situations like that occurred because we realized how important we were to each other and how necessary we had become in our lives. Now, during the 3 months, I wasn't idle. I had talked to some Filipinas, but there was nobody like Lisa D. You know, I talked to her online and I was just disappointed. So she called me and I was so happy. I tried to play, I tried to play like, what do you want? Woo, yeah, man. I tried to play hard to get back. But she saw through me. She knew I loved her and I wanted to be with her as much as she loved me and wanted to be with me. So today we're gonna talk about 5 things that you need that I would suggest and recommend that you guys work on and try to implement in your relationship as you continue your long distance relationship with your Filipino. Now, keep in mind, number one, if the relationship is important to you, distance should never matter. Okay? Because love is a worldwide phenomenon. Okay, it's a worldwide thing, man. I don't care where you are. The love is there. If you love someone, it's going to be there. If you're in Timbuktu, if you're in Rome, if when she's in the Philippines, wherever, the love is there. And even though the love is there, you have to work on keeping the love there and getting the love stronger. And how do you do that? Number one, you have to make time to communicate on a consistent basis. Now, not meaning like once a month, that's not enough. You need to be talking to her every day, 7 days a week. And if you can do it twice a day, 3 times a day, that's even better. I mean, on your days off, when I had a day off, I talked to Lisa D at least 2, 3 times a day. And one thing also you need to do is set up a time. Set up a time where you guys can communicate with each other. Okay, that's very, very important because a lot of times when you're dealing with a long distance relationship, sometimes you can't just get on Viber or get on Skype or Facebook and call that person up because you're in a different time zone from where she is. Okay, so when time you get ready to call her up, she might be in the bed sleeping. You wide awake, and that's because spontaneous calling will not work when you're in different time zones and you're in different hemispheres. Okay, so set up a time that you can call each other on Viber, call each other on Skype, and it's free. Viber, Skype. There's a lot of others out there. Facebook, of course, and when you get that time together, make it sacred. What do I mean, make it sacred? Make it special. Let nothing interfere with that time unless you're sick or something like that, or emergencies, because that time you carve out for you and your special lady. No one should interrupt that time. You get a call on another line. Well, hold on. I got time. No. Let that call go. That lady is internationally long distance, and that's the love of your life, supposedly. Let that call go. You call them back when you finish talking to your lady. Say, hey, sweetheart, I got a call, but I'm gonna let that go. You're more important right now. We need to get our lives together. We need to get our situation together. We need to focus on what we want to do in keeping and maintaining this relationship. It's very important, guys. Very important. Those of you that think, well, you could just call her every once a week and that'll be fine. And if you want to lose her, do it. Because I guarantee you, young women, and most of you guys out there are dating young women. Okay, let's just be comfortable and straight up with that. Most of you guys are attracted to the younger Filipinos. Now there are some of you that want the older ones, of course, but most of you want the younger ones. And young women, young girls, they get weird. Yeah, you heard the song, Brother Otis. Young girls get weird. And you have to engage with them. You have to constantly stroke their ego. Say, look, sweetness, I love you. That's what I call Lisa D. That's my sweetness. Her sweetness. This is my line. I said, your sweetness, sweetheart, is my weakness. That right? Ooh, yeah, man, you got to use everything you can. But yeah, I was like, your sweetness is my weakness. Everything I would tell her to let her know how much I appreciated her, how much she made me feel good inside. Those are the things that you need to be telling your lady. And if she loves you, she'll be sharing some of those same things with you as well. Because love is sharing. Love is caring. Love is giving. Love is forgiving. Okay? Get that, guys. And for God's sake, get this out of your mind that love is sex. And some of you guys out there have that concept. Most of the players, you want to hit it and get it. Slam, bam, thank you, ma'am. And a lot of you guys out there are like that. I'm not bashing that. That's what you do. That's what you do. That's the thing. But I would suggest that you try to maintain a quality, long-term relationship. Now, if it leads to sex, outstanding. And normally, if you love someone from the heart, it will eventually lead to that one. But don't start out with bam, slam, bam, thank you, man, because a lot of times it actually cheapens the relationship. Okay, so you want to maintain a constant communication, be consistent in what you're telling her, and be consistent. Make sure she's consistent in what you're telling her, she's telling you. Make sure you have an allotted time. Okay. All right. So build on your personal life. Just don't let the fact that you have a long distance relationship stop you from growing, stop you from entering into events in your life, because she has to be the same way. You have to allow her to grow too. You can't, I want you to leave the house. I'm taking care of you or whatever. No, that's not the way to be. You have to encourage her growth. You have to encourage her to associate with others. You have to encourage her to be her own person. If you get into a relationship where you're always controlling that person, trying to be her boss, that's not going to work. It may work short term because the Filipino probably wants to engage with you to get some money from you, stuff like that. But nobody wants to be controlled, and nobody wants to be led around uh, uh, by somebody that's always overbearing and telling them you do this my way or the highway. That's not the way. That's not going to work. Threatening and bullying is the way to break up relationship. You want to break your relationship up, begin the threatening, begin the bullying, and see what happens. Billy, Billy, what's up, Billy? I'm giving you keys, brother. You came in a little bit late, maybe, I don't know. But so make sure that you're not overbearing when you speak to her, because a lot of times how you speak to her, a lot of times people can detect things from your tone of voice. They can detect whether you are hiding something. They can detect whether you're hurt inside because of something they said. And all of those things really, really matter more when you're in a long distance relationship. Now, another thing you want to look out for, guys, whenever you're in a long distance relationship or any relationship, it requires you to have what? Trust, right? Trust. You have to trust her that she's going to be faithful to you. She has to trust you that you're going to be faithful to her. And whether you guys know it or not, trust is a component that has to be earned. And then it is given. Okay? You have to earn somebody, they have to earn your trust. Trust has to be earned. And how is trust earned? Trust is earned when the person you're dealing with and relating to is consistent with you. They're not saying, I love you one day, and the next minute they hate your guts. That's inconsistency. Either you love me or you hate me. But don't give me the bull, but you love me today and you hate me. No. That's a love-hate relationship, and it never will work. If you're into something like that, guys, get out of it, because it's not going to go anywhere. I mean, you might have a sexual thing going on. Well, yeah, but we have a love-hate relationship, but it may be purely sexual, but it's not going to be lasting long. It's not going to be long-term. And I encourage you guys, look for a long-term relationship. Filipinos want long-term relationship. A lot of them want to get married. That's something you should talk about when you're dealing with a long-distance relationship. If you're going to get married, you have to put more and more time in it. You have to talk to her more and more and get to feel, because marriage is a huge step. You have to know you have to know how she is inside and out. You have to know her mentality. A lot of Filipinos get into the tampo thing. And for those of you who don't know what tampo is, you look it up, but I'm going to tell you a short version of it. Tampo is when they shut down emotionally. They shut down physically. They lock everything up. You think you're going to get something from her when she's in tampo? Forget about it. That's how they are. That's a part of this cultural lifestyle in the Philippines that the Filipino was raised up in. Tampo. Now, truth be told, tampo is international. It is. Most women do it, but they don't call it tampo. They just call it being ticked off, and they give you the silent treatment. But here, it's widely practiced by the Filipinos. A lot of them, not all of them do it now, to be honest. But most of the Filipinos that I have met get into a tampo cycle. And you have to learn how to talk to them when they're in that cycle. You have to learn how to deal with them. Okay. And if you don't, you're going to suffer. So those are the things that you need to do to maintain a long distance relationship. And if you do those things, realizing that some of the things you could have done, you didn't do, and you're going to be maybe disappointed in it. I can tell you, but if you have a good Filipina, and when I say a good Filipina, I mean one that you know is not uh, scheming up on you, scamming you, trying to ask you for money every time you turn around. That's Filipina. If you have a Filipina that's working, and she's not asking you for a whole lot of money, that's a good Filipina. If she's concerned about you, that's a good Filipina. Okay? So those are some of the things you want to do in order to maintain your relationship. Now, Lisa D and I talk together constantly. And I was excited every time I was able to speak to her. I got excited. And that was a very important part of my day. I would talk to her. I used to work 8 to 4 when I was dealing with Lisa. I would talk to her right before I got ready to go to work. I would get up around 6 o'clock, and it was like 6 p.m. in their time, but 6 a.m. my time. And I'd get on the phone, and that was our time. And she was right there on Skype. She's right there on the internet. Right? We used to just Skype, Viber, and sometimes Facebook. But she's right there and waiting for me. She said, "Why are you late?" I said, "Look, I slept a little bit later. I had to, stuff like that." That's how we were. She expected me to do what I told her I would do. She expected me, and I expected the same of her. And you have to live up to each other's expectations. If I tell her, okay, I want you, I'm gonna be calling you. That's our time, 6 o'clock every day. Okay, and she's not there. I'm upset. I remember one time she wasn't there. I was like, what's going on? I kept calling, no, nobody, and then I called her cell phone, all kind of stuff. And I found out it was she had an emergency, stuff like that. You deal with that. Mother was sick, went to the hospital, and stuff like that. And we had occasions like that, like little stuff like that, but nothing major where she just dissed me. When I told her to do something, she did it. She respected me, and vice versa. It's a two-way street, guys. You just can't be the boss and then you do this, do that. That's Nobody wants that kind of lifestyle to be put down like that. I do for her as well. It's a two-way street, mutually. All right. So those are some of the key, Billy. And Billy, if you're new here, I'd like you to click on that subscribe button and the bell notification icon, okay? So you can continue getting information and videos from me that will help you as you try to get a Filipina and maintain a relationship with a Filipina here in the Philippines. Okay, Billy says, what happens if you meet someone on a dating site? Well, that pretty much depends on you. I mean, I can tell you right now that a large portion of the Filipinas on dating sites are pretty much scammers and people just out for money. Okay, so it is up to you, my friend, to do your due diligence. Okay, you have to weed through the weirdos, I call them. A weirdo will come on like you're on a dating site. They'll pop into your dating screen, whatever pop-up text screen you have. Hi, I'm Jane. Can you send me 500 pesos, please? First thing they ask you, you just get rid of them immediately. Don't even respond to that. So bounce them off of your screen, okay? That's the kind of people you have to weed out. And then there's the scammers. The scammers are more deceptive. They will come in and they'll say things that will stroke you. You look good today. Ooh, oh, I just love your eyes. You're so handsome. And you just look like who done it. But they will stroke your ego, man. They know how to play the game. It's a game to them. And once they get your trust, guess what? They're gonna get in your pocketbook if you allow that. Now you have to be schooled up on the ways of the Filipino. And the way to do that is watch my videos, man. I got a lot of playlists, romance, dating, one with sleeping with the enemy. Oh man, watch my videos. Keep looking at my live streams, and you're gonna learn some stuff. Like they say, you're gonna learn today. But yeah, Sometimes the scammers are very, very well trained. They know what to say, how to say it, and that will cause you to be have an endearment to them. Okay, and you start trusting them. Now, for those of you out there right now, listening to me, looking at me, I guarantee you, man, one of you have been what scammed. Yeah, you don't want to admit it because it's a hurtful thing. You know, nobody likes to be scammed. And I be truth be told, I've been scammed when I first started out. You know, I didn't say no more than $50, but I got a scamming lesson, and that's what I'm telling you. I know I've seen pretty much most of the scams that will come across. For you guys that are new, you need to be very, very schooled up on what to do and how to speak to these Filipinos to determine who is real and who's just fake and phony. I really said, what happens if you meet someone on a dating site? Well, that's what you do. You have to read them out, find out. And you do that by asking, if you find somebody that you like on a dating site, okay? I mean, she's fine. She can speak English well. Uh, she told you she has no children. She told you she's working. She told you she lives with mom and dad. That's somebody that you may want to talk with on a little bit more further to go and further in detail about it. Those are the type of people you want to talk to. Now, even some of those can wind up to be scammers, but you have to ask questions. And not only do you ask one question, you ask multiple questions. When I was dating online, I had a list. Okay, she come on a dating site with me. Hi, how are you? How you doing? Yeah, my name's Bob. What's yours? Huh? Yeah, you work? Huh? Okay. How old are you? Huh? You got children? Huh? Will you live at home? Huh? Okay. What do you like to do? What's your favorite thing? You finish high school? Going to college? You know, bombard them with questions. The more questions you ask them, the more you learn about them. Don't just sit up there and Google them. Oh, you're so cute. Don't do that. Because you setting yourself up for failure. Yeah, failure. And you setting yourself up to be pickpocketed because she gonna get in your pocket. You gonna wind up sending her $500 and you'll never see it again if she's a scammer, if she's not legit. So you have to be very careful, guys. Uh, Name of spam, 2006. What's going on, guys? 5:18 a.m. in the New York City. Oh yeah, getting ready to go to work. All right. Yeah. Okay. I hope you have a good day, and I will be careful out there because I know it's tough in the New York City. I lived out there for a little while. I wouldn't want to live in that city on a permanent basis. It's good to visit, but New York City is very similar to Manila. It's a hard life and it's a hustle. Everybody trying to hustle you. I don't like that. I like people that's real and honest and upfront. If you hate my guts, tell me you hate my guts. I like that better than you try to stab me in the back. You know. Claus, what's going on, guy? He says, Billy, get to the Philippines, make friends, and use their network to find a date. Avoid net dating if you can. True. Now here's what I do on that clause. I tell some to avoid it, and I also tell some that can avoid it to do it. Because how I did it online because I didn't have the funds when I initially started dating online to go to the Philippines. And I think your suggestion to make friends and use their network is the actually best way to do it. But a lot of times, guys can't afford that. So, what's the next best thing? Online dating. And if you do it in the right way, you can be successful. I was successful. I was successful. It took me, like I told y'all, it took me a lot of women to go through to get Lisa D, but I was successful in doing it. And it can be done, but it's going to take a little bit more time and a little bit more energy and a little bit more effort because you got to go through some mess, man. There's some women out there that's crazy. And all they want is your money, but they'll act like they're sane and they love you. And if you're a weak person or maybe naive, you will fall for their tricks and their schemes. Um, like I said, Majority of people that first start dating online, if they don't get schooled up with from a person like me or other people that do vlogs in the Philippines, they won't end up getting scammed. That's how slick and professional that these scammers are nowadays. All right, Billy. Yeah, yeah, Billy. He gave you a good suggestion. Claus is one of my frequent viewers. He's on pretty much a lot. Judge Smith, what's going on, Judge? Going to be in the Bow City in September. September. Okay. Now I'm not actually in the Bow, Judge. I'm in Cebu City, but when the Bow is in Mindanao, and I'm in the Visayas. That's where I'm at. Um, the Bow is a huge city, similar to Cebu. A lot of people go there, but I don't like going to Mindanao. I will never. I won't say never, but you won't see me in Mindanao no time soon. Because the further you go south, and Mindanao south, further you go south, the more the rebels are. And I don't want to be nowhere around rebels. All right, so if you get to Judge, if you get to the Philippines, give me a shout out. I know you may take a plane. Sometimes they take the plane and drop you off in Cebu. You have a wait to get to the bow, or sometimes you can take a direct flight to the bow. I don't know. All right. Billy says I plan on moving to the bow. Okay. I got a lot of people that live in the bow, and they say it's a nice. I even have a neighbor. Her home, her family lives in the bow. She moved here because her husband's here. But she says Bao is a very nice city. It's very similar to Cebu. And I asked her about the rebels and the MPA, and they do a lot of fighting. They kidnap people a lot. She said that happens, but it doesn't happen in the city of Davao. It happens mostly when people go out into the outskirts of the Davao area, into the beaches and the little small towns. That's when they capture the people and hold them for ransom. So it's a pretty good city. I would agree to that. Let's see. Cebu is a good place for a single guy. Hey, Cebu is a good place for a single guy and a married guy. I mean, family guy. It's a beautiful city, man. I like it. I have been to Bohol. I've been to Manila. I've been to Bagu. I've been to Medellin and a whole lot of other places in the Philippines. If you like, if you like a city life, Cebu is for you. If you like, excuse me, if you like a small town life, Cebu will not be for you. Okay. Now, a lot of people out here really don't like big cities. They go to the smaller town. You'll be amazed. This is from Medellin, and it's a very small town. And every time we go out there, we see a lot of foreign guys. They love the small town. Now, I got to tell you, some of them they love the province life living. Some of the people that go to the province that are foreigners, they running from the popo. Woo, yeah, they're running from the popo, man, because you can blend in the province easier than you can in the city. And whenever you, when you find out, whenever somebody commits a crime here in the Philippines, guess where they go? Province, small town, because it's hard for the PNP to catch up with anybody when they go to the province. It's like a different world out there. And a lot of people that come from different countries, they want small town living. It's not for me. I mean, I like to go out there and visit with our family, with Lisa's mom and pop and our sisters and brothers out there, and cousins, nephews, stuff like that. But as far what's that happening, girl? Wait, come on. Okay, come say hi to people. Come on, just listen 1 second. Just say hello. Hello. Okay. All right, y'all. I got a glimpse of Lisa D. But yeah, man. If you like the small town life, then you want to go to the province. If you like the city life, and I'm a city guy. I was raised in the city. I like action. I like to go to events and stuff like that. And one thing I miss from the USA, football, man. Yeah. I'm a Falcons fan. My boys is going to the Super Bowl this year. They messed up last year, but I'm rooting for them to get to the Super Bowl. And but one thing I miss is going to the game. I go to the game, and I like my favorite player, Julio, Julio Jones. But I'm digressing. So let's see what else we got here. Uh, yeah, it's a good place for a single guy. There's a lot of nightlife. If you're a partying type person, they got a lot of nightlife here. You can meet people, but I recommend stay away from the bars because there's a lot of drugs in the bars. And in this country, drugs. If you mess around with drugs here in this country, you're gonna be in bad shape because that's what they go for. Drugs. They have a big uh, uh, operation against drugs, anti-drug squad, and people get arrested daily. Not only do they get arrested, but they get bomb daily because of that. Okay, so it's a good place to be. You can meet people, and I recommend for those of you that are trying to meet Filipinos, when you get here, you want to go. You want to go to the malls because the Filipinos. Number one, if you go to the malls and deal with the Filipinos, hold on. If you go to the mall and you deal with a Filipino that's already, you can number one, she's already working, and I advise you to get find a Filipino that's working. When they're working, they're not going to beg you for money, and if they do beg you for money and they're working, they're just trying to use you, get rid of, get somebody else. But yeah, go to the mall and like Claude said, network with friends. Uh, getting a friend to recommend someone is actually the best way. I have a subscriber. He was recommended by his uncle to a Filipino. They hooked up and they're about to get married. It's the only Filipino he ever met. Only one. And they're engaged. They're about to get married. He's coming out here. He usually comes out here in December, right around Christmas time. He spends about a month here with his Filipina. She has two kids, and he treats them like they are his. They call him daddy. They call him papa. So yeah, man, Cebu is a nice place to live. I like it. Okay, Judge, yeah, come by and see me. I spend some time with you, man. Be a pleasure. I always like to spend time with my subscribers, fans, because without you guys, I wouldn't have the channel. Channel wouldn't be nothing. You guys make it happen for me because you recommend me to others and you view the videos and you tune in to the live streams. Thank you so much. Uh, Shopping malls, yeah, city life, shopping malls, beaches, yeah. But what you will find if you go to the mall Filipinos are very, very shy people. Okay, the women are very, very shy, and not only the women but the men too. Well, so when you try to approach them, you will never find a Filipino that rush up on you. Okay, you say, "Hi, how you doing? How you doing? My name." No, they're not going to do that. They are very, very, very shy people and very, very conservative. You have to approach them, and you have to approach them in a right way, not in the overbearing. Hey, what's your name? What your name is? Uh huh. Be respectful. Hi, my name is Bob. How do you do? How do you do? How are you today? Good. I noticed you working here. I've been over here a couple of times, and I think you're a very nice looking person. I'm trying to meet people here, and I'm new here. I'm a foreigner, as you can tell, and I'd like to get your acquaintance. If you wouldn't mind, can you text me sometime? I really need some friends here. And give her your number so she can text you. Okay? That's how you do. You don't go with these corny pickup lines, people, you've been doing it for years. It's not going to work out here. Be real. Be who you are and be appreciative that they even take the time to talk to you. Because some of them, they're like, get away. Some of them just don't like foreigners. Most of them do, but some of them don't. You'll find that when you do come out here to live. But overall, this is a great place to live. They treat you with respect. They treat you with dignity, and you should do the same for them. Tom and Ruth, Philippines Adventure. Hey, Tom. Okay, you guys out there, want you to take a look at Tom and Ruth's channel, Philippines Adventure. He's a fellow vlogger. He's one of my subscribers. I'm one of his. And we always recommend each other's channel. So you guys go out there and take a look at his channel. Uh, Internet spinning. I'm not sure what that is. Ty Gates, what's going on, Ty? What time is it here? It is 5:42 p.m. It should be about 5:42 a.m. if you're on Eastern time. Okay. If you're on Central time, it's going to be 4:42 a.m. So we're about what 10, 12, something like that ahead of you guys. Claus says, get a friend to tell you bar girls. Get a friend to tell bar girls to your right and church girls to the left. Then you know to go right because it's us going to church early on Sunday mornings with hangovers. You too much, guy. Well, yeah, man. I uh I don't do bar girls. I never did bar girls. Okay. And I'm not saying not to do bar girls. There's a lot of girls that work in bars that are honest. They just are forced to work in bars. But I just stay away from that because I don't want to be distracted by because bars have a tendency to have people in it that are uh, sort of drug oriented, you know. And I try in this country. You better stay away from drugs because it's going to catch up with you. There's a lot of foreigners that get locked up. In fact, about 3 weeks ago, foreigners got locked up for drugs. A lot of foreigners come out here and they do a lot of illegal things. Okay. One foreigner got locked up for dealing with a teenager, having a sexual relationship with a underage person. Yeah, he met her on the internet and he flew all the way from, I think it was England, came out here and they met him right at the airport, put handcuffs on him because that was a cyber child act law that he broke. They had the goods on him. It was actually he got locked up and he's actually going to go to trial for that. So yeah, a lot of people come out and do crazy stuff, man. But this is not the place for that. You got to be able to respect the laws of this country and even in the country you live. All right, so what else we got here? Okay, Billy, have you dated a Muslim Filipina? No, I've never dated a Muslim Filipino. This country is 90%, about 85 to 90% Christian Catholic, and the rest is Christian, um, Protestant Catholic, and then Muslim and other religions. So you might find some Muslims to date, but more than likely, most of the people that you will date online will either be Catholic or they'll may not have religion. They may say, well, we used to go to church and I used to be a Catholic. Well, I've never been in, a lot of them have never been to church. But mostly people out here you will find that are Catholic. And I've never dated a Muslim. Now, when on previous marriage, I had a brother-in-law that was Muslim, and they treat their women like dirt. I'm serious, man. I'm not trying to be. If any of you Muslims out there, this is my experience from my brother-in-law. He treated his wife like dirt. All of them don't do that, but he treated her like dirt, and he had three of them. And according to the Muslim law, you can have as much as you want. And then when they get tired of one woman, guess what they do? They can say, I divorce you, I divorce you, I divorce you 3 times. That's all they got to say. I divorce you 3 times, and by their law, they're divorced, and they can go on and get more women. Okay, so yeah, no, I've never dated a Muslim Filipino. Okay, okay, Claus says they're not allowed to date non-Muslims. Okay, okay, you might be right about that because I've never dated one, so I don't know. Okay, I have a Muslim girl chasing me. Why is she chasing you? That's the question you need to ask yourself. Why is she chasing you? You know, what's really going on? What's her motive? What's her motivation? What's her motive? Is she chasing you because she likes you and you are the perfect match for her? Is she chasing you because she wants to get in your pocketbook? Is she chasing you because she wants to be your friend? Well, ask yourself those questions. Anytime you meet somebody and then they're all up in your face, all up in your grill, and you just met them, you're like, gotta do one of those. Okay, Ty says, you seem so happy and full of positivity. Thank you, Ty. Hey, man, I'm happy. I'm the happiest I have been for a long, 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 long time. I'm happy because I'm living my dream, baby. Yeah, I'm living my dream in the Philippines. Yeah, I tell everybody that. I'm living my dream, man. This is a dream life, dream come true for Bobby G. Yeah, and you guys can do the same thing. You just gotta get your motivation going and get yourself going to get going and get out and get the things you need to do. Get out of here. Now, I gotta be honest with you. The Philippine lifestyle is not for everyone. A lot of guys come out here and think they're going to be happy and fine and peaceful and relaxed. No, it never happens because they can't adjust to this lifestyle. Some of them miss their family and they want to go back home. Some of them can't deal with the constant noise sometimes in the neighborhoods, like dogs barking all time of day and night, cats and dogs. Okay, people yelling and playing karaoke a lot. I mean, there's some things that they just can't deal with, and sometimes they just miss their home. And if a lot of people come out here and go back, I tell everybody, if you want to move to the Philippines, try visiting first. Okay, visiting. That's what I did for 5 years before I moved here. I visited the Philippines on my vacation. I had used to have like 2 weeks vacation. Then I worked so long there, I had 3 weeks. Then I had a month. So I would come out here and visit Lisa D. And that's how I started learning about the Philippines. And Lisa D, our first year, a second year of our online dating, she wanted me to move out here. I said, no, I'm not ready yet. It took me 3 more years before I made the decision to come out here. So the Philippines is great for me, but you gotta understand, guys, it may not be good for you unless you do your homework, unless you visit out here before you come, so you can get an idea of how it's going to be. Because to be frank with you, a lot of people can't deal with some of the things out here that happen. And I'm, I got used to it from visiting. I visited 5 years, and I've been living here 5 years. That's 10 years of experience traveling back and forth to the Philippines, and actually now living here permanently. All right, so I must come there probably next year. Okay, come on down. You will. It will open up. It's a very very eye opening experience, guys. Living in a foreign country, and I visited many foreign countries all over the world, but I actually haven't lived there on a permanent resident basis like here. So a lot of things that when I visited, I didn't see because I wasn't living here permanently. I was just come and go a couple of weeks, and I lived in the hotel. You can't really get a good feeling for a country when you're living in. You got to get out and mingle with the people, and that's one thing I did. Every time I came here, Philippines, when I first met this D, first thing we did, I had to go see mom and pop. Yeah, I had to go see mom and pop. And a lot of you guys don't want to visit the family. Why not? That is a perfect thing to do to find out more information about your Filipino. Because the mom and pop gonna all start talking to you because they're like foreigners most of the time. They're gonna start opening up. Their sisters and brothers, all of them gonna want to see you and meet you. And that's the perfect thing you should. So every year, first thing I did, I went to Medellin, hang out with mom and pop, brothers, and her sister, and the family there. And they got to know me. I got to know them. And I used them as a, as a spy agent. Yeah, I used them, man. I said, listen, I really care for Lisa D, right? hmm I said, listen here, let me tell you something. If you ever catch her talking to somebody else, let me know. Stuff like I would drop it on them because I wasn't playing. I was serious about her, and she was serious about me. And they never reported anything now. But yeah, I use them as spy. Okay, what's a good age to move to the Philippines? Age to move to the Philippines is 60,000 pesos enough for someone that doesn't drink. 60,000 pesos to move to the Philippines. That's not enough. I mean, if you mean just to visit, or you mean to live here permanently, I'm not sure I understand. Or you mean 60,000 per month to live off? Break that down to me. Okay, you said 60,000 per month. Oh, 60,000 per month is way more. That's a lot of money, man. In the Philippines, 60,000 a month is about what? Somebody do the math on that for me. What is that in U.S. dollars? It's about 1,000, something like that, close to it. But yeah, you can live off a single guy. You don't do a lot of partying. You can live off of if you live in Cebu, you're gonna be living off about $500 to $800 a month, probably about more than likely about 800 a month, depending on how you spend your money. You buy a lot of foods. Cost of living has gone up here though. I used to do a lot of cost of living videos, and I stopped doing them because it got to be so monotonous to me. But cost of living for a single guy here, I would say roughly, if you want to live good, decent, if you don't want to live like a Filipino, you need to have about 800 US dollars to 1,000 a month. Okay, that's what I would say. Less than that, you can do live Filipino style. You can live Filipino style really cheap, like 500, 400 bucks a month. I know a lot of people here in the province and even in some areas of Cebu, they have Social Security and they live in good. Some of them get $700 a month, some of them get five, eight, and they live in well, good life. But because of the US dollar, you can get like 50, 51, 52 pesos for $1 US, and you can buy money, a lot of things with that type of exchange rate. Clauses maybe not in Cebu, Philly, but in the province is seems doable. Well, yeah, you can live more inexpensively in the province versus the city life, no doubt about it. And that's maybe one reason why a lot of foreign people want the small town life because it's cheaper to live there. You can get like a house for like about 200 bucks a month, a house, a full house, stuff like that. And food is cheaper. The cost of food is cheaper. Everything is cheaper in the province. In fact, um, a lot of medications and stuff that you can't get here that require a prescription here in the Philippines, you go to province, no prescription. A lot of stuff like that. So yeah, province life is definitely more easier to live. Ty says 900 US dollars to cover food, mortgage, and utilities per month. Mortgage? You talking about you're gonna buy a house here? No, it won't happen, Kevin, unless you're married to a Filipino. They don't. You can't buy a house here unless you're married to a Filipino. You can buy a condo now. You can buy a condo in the foreigner thing, but you have to have marriage to a Filipino to buy a house. They call it here a house on lot. Okay. Um, Utilities and lights are very light bill is sort of high here, so you have to be careful with that. But yeah, man, for one person, that's more than enough. That's more than enough. And I've got people that are here doing that right now that I've gotten. I talk to them, give them all the information to get here, and they're living off of that. I got some people that are living off of more than that, and some people are living off of less than that. It depends on you and your lifestyle. If you're a high roller, that's not going to be enough. You're a big ball of shot caller, not going to be enough, buddy. You like to party. But if you're a settled guy, you don't party every day, and you just, want to live a peaceful and simple life, and that's more than enough. Let's see what else here. Cebu City near shopping mall studio is about 15 per month. Yeah, that's about right, Billy. It may be near Cebu, near Ayala is more than that. I can tell you that for a fact. For those of you that are planning on locating a place to live, either permanently, excuse me, permanently or temporarily, a lot of the guys come out here and they go to IT Park. Now, IT Park is a very, very nice area, but it's very, very expensive. The prices in IT Park pretty much has a lot of condominiums, okay, high-rise condominiums. But the prices in IT Park are much more expensive than other areas of the city. Now, if you kind of live in IT Park, you're probably going to wind up paying pretty much USA apartment rent rates. IT Park, you're going to probably pay about 20 to 25,000 pesos a month, and some places even more. Okay, so but if you go to the apartments and places like that are in the city area or in the province, not province, but in the outlying areas, like I live in Talamban, which is it's about probably about a 30-minute drive away from the city, Cebu City area. Okay, still part of Cebu City, but it's a suburb of Cebu City. And the prices here are a little bit less than where they would be if you lived in the Cebu City area as well. You guys that are coming out here that are looking for a temporary, you just come to visit. I suggest that you look at the Tokoyo Inn, Tokoyo, Tokoyo Inn. That's near Ayala Mall. If you're coming to Cebu City, near Ayala Mall, right, about 15 minutes away from Ayala Mall. Or my second recommendation, if you're just trying to find a reasonably priced hotel, would be going to the Red Planet Hotel. I used to call it Tune Hotel. Now, when I first started coming out here, I stayed at the Marriott, baby. Yeah, I stayed at the top of the line, and I was wasting money. So the first 2 years I came here, I stayed at the Marriott, and that was very, very costly. I think I was winding up staying like 2 weeks and like $1,000, not a total for the 2 week period. So that's very expensive. So I recommend guys come out here, stay at the hotels that are clean, that have a good staff, and that are budget minded for those of you that are on a budget. Okay. Tune hotels is very small. They have small rooms, but they have AC, cable TV, clean towels, and stuff like that. And they have security. One thing you want to do, guys, if you're coming here to stay or if you're coming here to visit, always try to find a place that has security. Okay. Because you, believe it or not, when you come to this country, people recognize you as a foreigner and you become a target. You become a target. Most people know that foreigners have money. And so they try to separate you from your money, whether it's knocking the head or whatever, they try to get your money. So always try to, and also a lot of people that stay in the suburb area, like I stay, they'll go and get a place with no security, apartment rent, and wind up getting ripped off. I stay in the place, we have guard 24/7 security, gated security, and we've never had any type of break-in. They also have CCTV camera all around the subdivision, so they can see people coming and going. Security is very important here because people in this country are poor, and they do what they feel that's necessary for them to get money. They'll do it any kind of way, and that's not just here. I'm not just bashing the Philippines. That's anywhere. People that are poor will try to get money, and they do what they feel they need to do, and then they'll do it to you. So yeah, if you come here to visit, make sure you find a hotel with security, or find a condo. A lot of people rent condos just for their 2 week stay or week stay or whatever. Make sure that that condo has security. That's what I do. I've never visited here without a place being a place with security, and I've never lived in a house here without security. I recommend security when you do come here. All right. Let's see what else here. Okay, Billy's trying to find a place to rent. Yeah, like I said, try to get you a condo. You can get a condo. Uh, the ones with security, you're probably going to be paying 10 to 12, maybe 15 a month. Okay. Condos are small, but they usually have amenities like pool, basketball court, clubhouse, that kind of thing. And the house and lots usually don't have that. Uh, and if you're trying to find a place to rent, like a good hotel, I always tell people to go online Tobago, stuff like that. You can use them as options, but there's a ton of online apps and places that you can go online to find a decent place to rent as well. Uh, Ty Gate says, I'm a normal country boy from Mississippi. Mississippi? Yeah. Uh-huh. I used to live in Mississippi, man. I lived there in Jackson. Where you from, Ty? In Mississippi. I lived in Jackson for 3 years, man. Mississippi people, well, I had a bad experience with one Mississippi person, but for the most part, when I lived in Jackson, the people were nice, man. They were really nice. And I was shocked because I'd always heard some very, very bad negative things about it. But now, and I did run into one person that made that bad thing true. But for the most part, I liked Mississippi. So you're a country boy from Mississippi and just want the simple thing. Then you want to go to a province lifestyle, okay? You want to go to a town like Medellin, Boo Boo, uh, small province towns, man. Bohol is nice. You guys ever been to Bohol? They have beautiful beaches. And now one other place you want to go to is if you want small town, simple life, Dumaguete. Guys, a lot of foreigners go to Dumaguete. I've been there. I don't like it. It was too slow for me. And I was like, I couldn't find anybody like with my skin tone. Like, where they at? And so I didn't like it. Me and Lisa G went there. We were actually going to move there. We went there for about 6 days, and we were just looking for places to move. We were going to move and buy a house there. But as we began looking and get the feel of the city, nah, that's not for us. She didn't want to move there either, so we just left there. Um, do you recommend buying a condo? It depends on your situation. If you're planning on staying here full time, and a lot of condo is a big industry here. It's multi-billion peso industry. And they run this game on the tourists. They'll ask tourists, well, listen, why don't you just, there's a condo for sale. He said, well, I'm just visiting here. I'm not living here. And I'm going back home. Well, that's okay. You can rent it out. A lot of people rent the condos out. And that's what they do. That's how they get condos, people to buy those condos. But you have to be careful because a lot of times here, when you buy a condo, the condo's not even built yet most of the time. So they just getting your money up front. You have to pay for that condo 2 years, 3 years until it's built. So you're just paying money out, and you'll never know. Sometimes the condos never get built, and your money's be gone. So you have to be careful with that. But there are uh, legitimate condo sales here as well. A lot of people rent condos. Okay, so yeah, you can rent a condo. I used to live in a condo called One Oasis. It's in Mabolo. I don't know if you guys, those of you in Cebu, know what Mabolo is like a business district. It was very, very nice place. It was clean. They had a pool. They had a tennis court. They had a basketball court and a walking area, which I do a lot of walking. So that all of that Lisa D and I enjoyed that. We lived there until we purchased a house and lot in Lombard. So condos, I would recommend if that's what you want. If it's going to be small, keep in mind, guys, the apartments, the houses, all the rooms are small in the Philippines, very small. Um, and I don't know exactly why. Maybe because the people are small. I don't know. But don't be surprised if you buy a condo and you like, that's too small. Because all of them are going to be small. They're not going to be big. Okay. Agree clause. Okay, I want something walking distance to the shopping mall. Okay, if you come in here to go to the shopping malls, if you're going to stay here permanently, uh, they have a lot of condos in IT Park. It's near shopping malls, near Ayala. IT Park is not that far away from Ayala Mall, and a lot of people walk here from the condos in IT Park. That would be a place for you to look at. Um, One of my friends that came here, what's his name? The guy's name. He chose a place that not this may be about 15 minutes away from. I can't think of the name of it right now, but there's a lot of places, condos out here that you can get. And what happens is a lot of the Filipinos here, they will purchase the condo. themselves, and then they will rent it out to foreigners at a profit. Okay, so you won't have trouble finding the one, but you just need to make sure you have your funds in place and that you get a checking account established here when you get here. Because what they do is when you rent, you have to pay usually 2 months down payment deposit, sometimes three, depending on the owner, and then you have to give them a total of at least 6 months uh, canceled 6 months pre-written checks. Okay, and that's how they do it out here when you rent. And so you want to get a checking account when you get here. And if you try to get a checking account when you get here, you want to try to get one with the smaller banks because the larger banks have a lot more requirements than the smaller banks. Okay, when I first got here, moved here permanently, I had to get a checking account because I needed to give rent and all that kind of stuff, 6 months checks. And I got a small checking account. I went to the big banks. I went to BPI. I went to BD. I went to BDO. Turned me down. So I said, man, what? They had a whole list, a big sheet of requirements. Okay, they turned me down. So I told them, I met a guy out here that was Filipino. I said, look, man, I need a checking account. I can't. BPI won't have me. BDO won't have me. I don't have all their requirements. He told me to go to this little bank called East West Bank. I went down there. He said, I got a friend down there you need to talk to. I talked to the guy. I got hooked up the same day. So it depends on who you know and where you go. But if you're trying to initially establish the account, either you have to have all of the requirements, meet all the requirements, and then you'll get an account, or you do not. And you can go to the local bank and maybe get one. I didn't meet all the requirements because I just got here. One of the requirements, you have to be here 6 months living before they would give you a checking account. Now, I have since then, I have two checking accounts with major banks, a BDO and BPI, because I've met all the requirements. So that's how you do living here and renting and checking accounts. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, really? You live in Belzoni? Okay. Yeah, Hines County. I used to live in Hines County, right down there. And you know where? Do you know where? I don't know if it's called AT&T. When I worked there, I was working for a job. I got transferred there. I was in North Carolina. I worked for it was called Bell South. Now they call it AT&T. AT&T bought them out. Well, I was living in Hines County off of Highway. Is it 55? Highway 55? I don't know. I forgot now. But I was living in the Bell South building, telephone company building. I was working there, and my house was about 10 minutes away. We got it. I had some good jobs, y'all. My company paid for me to move from Charlotte. First I moved. I was living in Atlanta. I got a job with Bell South. They paid for me to move from Atlanta to Charlotte. Lived in Charlotte 3 years. Then they paid for me to move from Charlotte, North Carolina to Jackson, Mississippi. I was like, man, I don't want to be going to Jackson, but to be honest, it was one of the best moves we made. People are great there. Again, I had one bad experience, but people are great there. I was shocked. I liked it there. But yeah, it's a small world, man. It really is. This is Bohol quiet. It is a small town. Um, they're very friendly people, but they're not like the people here in Cebu. Okay, it's a difference. It's like, I don't know if you know what in the USA I just call people country guy, country. But that would be, you would call people in Bohol country, because most of the people there farmers, that kind of stuff. They don't have a lot of jobs there. They have to grow their own food, that kind of stuff. But the people there are very nice. We went to the beach there. We had a great time. And we went to Dumaguete. Yeah, 55. Yeah, Ty. Highway 55. I worked off of I don't know if you know the telephone company on Highway 55. I worked at that building. And then I lived about 10 minutes away off of Highway 55. We wanted to find a house that was closer to the job, so we didn't have to drive a long way. But yeah, man, I have some very, very fond memories of Jackson, Mississippi. The people there are good, down home people. I'm serious. They're sort of like the people here in the Philippines. They're very friendly and very welcoming and very accommodating. Yeah, I had a great time in Jackson. I said, why do you have to feed all the extended family? The Filipino man does the same thing. I do not want to feed my girl. How do you do it? Okay, Rilu, what's going on, man? That's a very interesting question you have proposed. Why do you have to feed the whole extended family? You don't have to feed the whole extended family. That's not your responsibility. But I have to say, it is a matter of choice. Okay? If you deal with a Filipina, you are expected to be a part of the family, whether you're a boyfriend, whether you're married, engaged, they accept you as a part of their family. Okay? They accept you. And as such, you are expected to contribute. You don't have to, it's not required, but we want to blend in. When I first got married to Lisa D was working, she was supporting her family, and she did a good job of it. And after I met her family, I knew she was legit. I said, listen here, I don't want you doing. She was working 12 hours a day. The girl was tired. She was really tired. I said, listen, I love you. I love you so much. I don't want you working like that. I sat her down and I started taking care of her. I sent her money every month. And that was after I had met her. We were dealing together for a year. Okay? So in so doing, the money that I sent her was money she used to help her family. I even built a house there. We own a house, and we let her mom and pop stay in the house. We built a house there in Medelia. We go up there every now and then. Mom and pop take good care of the house because that's how I am. I mean, some guys are not like me. If you feel that you don't want to do it, don't do it. Nobody's requiring you to do it, but they're gonna look down on you because they believe that all foreigners are loaded. And that's not necessarily true. They believe most Filipinos believe that foreigners are loaded. Okay. And that you got money, you can just make it rain, baby. Make it rain anytime you want to. Yeah, that's what they believe. And we know that that's not necessarily the case. But because they have that belief and you don't want to help, they're gonna look funny at you. They're like, he's stingy, he's cheap. And they're gonna start talking about you. And eventually that might affect your relationship. So guy, I don't want to tell you what to do. I'll just tell you what is in your best interest. And that will for me, let me tell you, for me, I felt I needed to help and people if there are people in need. That's how I am. I'm helping that guy. Some people don't feel that way, and you don't have to. It's not required. But in the Filipino family, if anybody in the family is sick or needs money, all the family try to pitch in and help. You'll find that as you date a Filipino. You don't have to feed the whole family. Now, the money I sent Lisa D, she had enough to take care of herself and her family. I sent her a lot of money. I sent her a decent amount of money. And so when we got married, I said, no, we're not going to be continuing taking care of your family. That the money that I was sending for you is now I still she gets a salary from me plus she works. She gets a salary from our business here and she works as well. But she has money that she sends for her from her own funds to help take care of them. But yeah, I do help when they ask when it's needed on an as needed basis. And that's maybe what you would consider doing because I can guarantee you guys, if you go up there talking about, I'm not helping nobody. I'm not feeding you. I'm not feeding your mama. I'm not feeding your papa. Get away. You're going to have trouble with that Filipino. I'm serious. Because family is everything in the Philippines. Yeah. Woo. All right, so what else we got here? Uh, Man, God bless. Hey, yeah, thank you, Andy. Yeah, man. Lisa D and me, we're right here. She downstairs watching TV. She don't like to come up here and visit that much because she don't want to be on camera. But yeah, man, thank you so much, man. Good to see you, Andy. One of my regular subscribers. He always shows up when I show up. Derek, one of my other regular subscribers. He always show up when I show up. My fiance has land and behold. Okay, that's nice. That means she's got land and behold. That means you have the ability to build on that land. Once you get married, that may be a place you may want to consider living. I don't know. Behold, it's nice. Again, now it's a small town. It's not like Cebu, but you can. That's something to work with there. You have something to work with. Ty Gay said, also lived in Riverdale. Yeah, man. Clayton County. What? I lived in DeKalb County, Fulton County. I didn't live in Riverdale. I stayed in Riverdale for a while with one of my sisters when I was a kid. But yeah, man, I've been through all of those counties. My previous job before I moved here, I worked for Verizon Wireless. I know for those of you that are in the United States, you know what that is. You know what kind of company that cell phone company. And I was a guy that said, "Can you hear me now?" You ever seen that commercial? The guy go from this city to that city and has a little microphone. Can you hear me now? I did that, but it was not literally like that. I drove in a truck, a van, and I drove all over the country measuring the signal quality for Verizon Wireless. Now that job has since been phased out. They do it automatically with computer mechanisms now. But yeah, that's what I did. I made good money, man. So I know all about Atlanta. I had to drive all over Atlanta. You know the Fulton County, the new stadium in Atlanta, the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I had to measure the signal quality for that entire. Me and a team, as a team went out there, we had to measure the signal quality for the cell phone, for Verizon, for people in that area before they open up the stadium. So yeah, man, it's a small world, Ty. Okay, Judge says, Carthage, Mississippi. Okay, I heard of Carthage. I've never been there, Judge, but I heard of Carthage. Mississippi has some good people, man. Anytime I meet somebody from Mississippi, they down home, man. They treat you like they've been knowing you all your life. I'm serious. And they're very friendly, and they always want to feed you. Every time you go with somebody, come on, we got something to eat here. Sit down, son. Let's eat. Yeah, man. I had some very fond memories of Mississippi. I don't want to live there anymore because Mississippi was nice, but I like bigger places. I lived in the capital, and capital Jackson wasn't all that big for me. All right, see, I help out, but I don't make them think I am. Okay, you help out. Yeah, yeah. Never allow them to use you or abuse you like you're an ATM. Never. I don't play that. This is what I do. Whenever they have a need, at least I make them go through Lisa D. They don't come to me with no mess. They don't come to me with no money request because I already told them I don't play that. You want something from me? See Lisa D. And Lisa D, she know what I will do and what I will not do. Now I will help on a as needed basis or emergency basis. Don't come to me with I need $500 pay 500 pesos pay for my rent. No, I'm not playing that game with you. You are responsible for your rent. You need to do what it takes to get your rent. Don't come to me with that. They come to me with Lisa D said, well, she has to have surgery and they don't have enough money to pay the doctors, or they don't have enough money to buy her medicine. That type of thing, I would consider helping. Okay, but just I'm supposed to pay for your rent every month, and I'm supposed to buy you food every month. No. You know that's using and abusing you as an ATM. I wouldn't recommend anybody to do that. Some people do it, but not me. Uh, Claus says, what was the, hold on. It's messed up here. Okay, Claus, what was the cost of the parents' house? You mean to build it? We built a traditional house, and it pretty much brick. What do they call it? Cement blocks, a block house. It's got 3 rooms, and we just recently, it's got 3 rooms, CR, and living room and a kitchen. And the kitchen, they call the kitchen here. You guys don't know. They call the kitchen dirty kitchens. And I don't know how they got that term, but everybody here, mostly Filipinos, have a kit. They have 2 kitchens. One kitchen is inside the house. Okay. The second kitchen is outside the house. The second kitchen is called the dirty kitchen. It's a small area, usually outside out, and you use that just to cook because Filipinos don't like the smell of food cooking in the house. I don't know. I was grown up with food cooking, the smell of food cooking in the house. I love it. But most Lisa D, you don't like that. Most Filipinos don't like food smell in the house. So that's why they build a dirty kitchen, cook the food, and no comment to the main house, which is a regular kitchen, and cook the food. Okay. But I'm see, what was your question? I forgot. Let's see. Uh, oh, the house, the cost of the house. The cost of the house, oh man. I tell you, man, listen, that's another story. You remember, I don't know if you guys know, but Hurricane Yolanda hit the Philippines really, really bad. It devastated the people here. Many families were torn apart. Many people were demised. Yeah, and it's a natural disaster. And so I had just built the house right before Hurricane Yolanda or Typhoon Yolanda hit. It destroyed their house. And guess what? I had to turn around and build it again. The first time we built the house, man, it was like 100,000 pesos, I believe, something like that. And it destroyed half of the house. So I had to go back again and pull it out of my pocket. It cost more the second time than the first time to build it because they went up on they. That's another thing. Whenever it's a disaster, all of the building supply people, they're going to double up on the prices. And they went and doubled up on the prices. And I think I paid close to 1,800 to rebuild it. 1,800 US dollars, which is not a lot of money. But again, that's a traditional house. Okay. Traditional houses in the province don't take a lot to fix. I mean, three, $5,000, something like that. Easy, easy cheesy, zip, 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 zap, zap, zap. What is your opinion of dating a young girl that does not work or study? Um, it depends. You have to check her out and make sure she's not a scammer. Okay. Most younger girls that don't work or study, they're looking for a sugar daddy. If you want to be a sugar daddy and have a sugar baby, go right ahead. But I'm not looking for that. And when I was dating, I wasn't looking for that. But yeah, that's a setup. That's a setup. Now, some of them could be totally legit, but you want to stay away from that because that could lend itself to using you. All right, guys. I don't know if you heard that, but it's lightning out here. Lisa D do not like me to be on the internet stuff when it's light. Let me get a few more, then I'm gonna close it out. Okay, Ty says he's got an 18 wheeler, but it will invest about 5 trucks, thinking of hard relocating there. Wow. Okay, welcome, Ty. Come on down. Love to see you. Love to hang out with you. I can live very comfortably on 2K. Yeah, weekly, man, you can live on that a month. 2K, you can live on 1,000 a month, man. More than you can live 2K more than what you need, man, to live out here. I really, you would be living in high class with that kind of money. You said 2,000 weekly, right? Two times four is $8,000 a month. That's way, way, way a lot of money. You'd be considered ultra rich out here with that, man. Uh, yes, sir. What's going on, man? Good to see you. If you're here for the first time, click on that subscribe button for me. And remember to click on that bell icon as well so you can continue receiving our videos. And every time we do a new one, you'll be notified. With 2K US dollars a week, you will break some girls' heart. Yeah, man. You can have, you could be an international player with that kind of money, guy. You have about 4 or 5 a day. All right. He said you have three in your king size bed. Believe it or not, guys, that goes on out here east every day, and that's what you want to do. I'm not knocking. That's your thing. That's your thing. But I don't. That's not me. But yes, a lot of guys do that. Would a Filipino brick house or a container house be good? Um, it depends on the size, and it depends on where you're living. Okay, if you're living in a coastal area where there's constant flooding, I wouldn't move to any coastal areas in the Philippines where there's constant flooding. Like Manila, Manila's not in the coastal area, but every time you turn around, there's flooding there. I mean, even if it's a simple rain, the whole city, you see these people on TV riding in little boats. And it happens just about every time. Now right now we're in rainy season, so we're going to get a lot of rain, and we're going to get typhoon season in a little while. But you have to be careful where you build it, and if you build one, build it to your specifications. Make the rooms larger and not smaller. They do stand up. You want to build what they call hollow block. That's what they use to build the brick houses out here. Hollow block. Uh, I'm not sure what a container house would. I'm not sure what that is, but a lot of people do build hollow block houses, which are traditional Filipino houses. I'm doing good, Yasser. Good to see you, man. I hope you're doing good as well. Okay, guys, it's been awesome. Remember, if you're new, I keep saying this because YouTube tells me statistically 80% of my viewing audience are new people to the channel. So I have to say it. Some of you guys that's always been with me for a while, you know I keep saying it, and that's why I say it. If you're new, I try to introduce myself to the new people, and I try to let them know to click on the subscribe button. If you like the content that I give to you, and you appreciate it, want to see more of it, you got to click on that subscribe button and then share it and like the video. That helps me out and keeps me incentive, gives me the incentive, keep on going. And also, guys, remember, we got a super chat button. Now, for those of you that are new, the super chat button is that little dollar sign right next to the happy face sign there on the bottom of your screen. If you click on that super chat button, you can contribute to this channel. The more you contribute to this channel, the more live streams I can bring to you with the information I've given you. And I've given you a ton of information today. Now, a lot of the information I've given you, I normally would give those to people for a consultation fee of $35 per hour. So you guys got a free consultation today. But yeah, every little bit helps. Consider clicking on that super chat button, and that contributes to the welfare of the channel. We'll continue to bring you these fresh new Philippine videos, motivational videos, and worldwide videos. Now, guys, it has been a very, very great pleasure, privilege for me to be here with you. You know me, man. I like to talk to you guys, and I like to tell you the whole purpose of my channel, of Lisa D and my channel, is to educate you, inform you, and inspire you in sometimes an entertaining fashion of the Philippines and the things of the Philippines and Southeast Asia as well. Okay? All right, guys. That's it for now. This is Bobby D saying take care, God bless, and peace.